Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Creator to Creators today. Today we have a very exciting special guest.
Hey guys, I'm Noel.
What's up, girl? Welcome to the show.
No, thank you for having me back. It's been a while. It's been like years. It's been a few years.
God, time flies, man. Oh my God.
Still doing
Crazy. You look fantastic. You look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love it. And I love that wall.
Thank you. I trying to make it look good for you, step up a game.
Headphones, you got it all.
Thank you. So I always like to start with every guest, from the beginning, like what shaped your, who you are today, and like, how did you get into the arts and like, what was your childhood like?
Wow. So I've been in the arts my whole life since I was 3. I started out in dance class and then acting class when I was a kid. Did the whole recital. Then I went to a performing arts high school and I got my BFA from the University of the Arts in Philadelphia. Went on tour. Then I really focused as a dancer for most of my professional life when I was younger. Did Broadway shows, The Lion King, Fame, In the Heights, toured with Madonna, J-Lo, that whole thing. But I started out as a classical dancer, like Metropolitan Opera, New York City Opera, Ballet Hispanico. So somehow it just sort of, being versatile, that's what it's really about. Like, you gotta know how to do everything nowadays. And then, my body was beat up at one point and I was like, now's the time to transition to acting. And then coming to LA, long story short, it's, I'm a small fish in a big pond again, getting to know people. So I started producing, not wanting to wait around for other people to give me a job, waiting for auditions. And I was like, oh no, I need to start making my own stuff. So I started creating and we did that whole.
Hey guys, it's filmmaker Meosha. MVB Films partnered with Gore Culture, your first stop for all things horror-related content. I'm doing a 6-episode of real-life horror crime stories on the platform called It's Evil, Real Alabama Cases. Premieres exclusively on goreculture.com, September 6th, 2022. That's the only way to listen. Follow goreculture.com, your preferred source for the latest thriller, sci-fi, horror films, news, scary videos, trailers, and much more. See you there.
Last interview a while ago on 22 Years and Shattered Pitch, the 2 short films. So that's in a nutshell sort of how I got going as a kid, but I've always been in the arts. I don't know.
Right. There's nothing else, for me. I can't see myself doing anything else but this. So for me, there was never a plan B. I was like, we gotta make this work.
Exactly.
So you're producing. I mean, there's so many, like you said, there's just different things that you do. How do you like producing? Yeah, because you've been producing. You got some stuff going. I love what you're doing.
It's like I have to just shift and compartmentalize in my brain. Of course, I would prefer and love to be acting, but when that's not, happening, the other part of my brain is producing. And I actually really like producing. I love putting all the pieces together like a puzzle, whether it's the crew or locations or actors, finding the right talent or writers, the stories that I'm compelled to tell, or that I want to get out there. But I like it. I do. I feel like I'm a strong boss. Female in a good way. I'm pretty strong and strict in a lot of ways. But I like working with my friends too, and I like hiring my friends.
That's awesome.
And, getting diversity out there and different stories that may not have been told. Yeah.
Are there stories that still that when you look at TV or movies or whatever, and you're like, you know, I mean, it seems like we're kind of moving, obviously, in that direction. But is there still things that you still like? Okay, that hasn't been done yet. I would love to tackle this subject. Is there anything that you want to kind of go?
No, no. My brain isn't the one that comes up with the ideas of things.
Mhm.
I'm more of the
Organizer.
organize everything together.
Okay.
And when I see somebody else's creativity, I'm like, oh yes, you know,
Yeah.
because I like so many different things from like Handmaid's Tale to
Mm.
Black Mirror, like different sci-fi and just things that pull at your heartstrings too, So no, I don't like to come up with the ideas.
Mm. Yeah, I feel that.
That way.
I feel that for sure. Well, I love the merch you got on right now. You're rocking your new project that you're doing. You producer of this project. Please tell us the audience about this new project that you're doing.
Yes. Okay. So my business partner, his name is David Michael, and his company is Rocket Fuel Entertainment. And we've been friends for a long time. He was an actor at first, and then same thing, was like, I'm gonna go work on Wall Street, make my own money, start my own projects. So we've been friends, and I just jumped on board. He asked me to come on board as one of the producers for the projects, and I brought some projects to Rocket Fuel Entertainment, 2 feature films. But Kids Crew is his baby. It's his creation, and I love the idea. It's an animation, and it's a hip hop animation, diverse group of kids in high school, and every story, every episode is a different. They're going through different trials and tribulations, and then there's this guardian angel who, it doesn't have to be, but supposedly every episode the guardian angel will be a different hip hop artist who comes in and sort of saves the day and helps them make a better decision. So I think it's great for kids, positive, influential. It'll change the world, and especially it's animation. Animation is expensive, but
Yes.
people are loving it. We're really, really close to a lot of investors. So we're trying to decide, do we want to do this by ourselves and keep all the creativity that we have, the casting that we want, the writing, how it is, or do we try and pitch it to a streaming platform like Netflix, Hulu? So we're juggling both to see, throwing spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're really close to that. He has tons of merchandise. You can go to the kidscrew.com. We're on social media, Rocket Fuel Entertainment, both, either one. And yeah, you can find us and all the people that are sort of somewhat attached.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a cool shirt. I got to get one. And also, I love that, what it's talking about. It's kids and it's animation. And, we're in this generation now, it's not many really good examples out there. And I think this is a really cool way to, also you're learning about hip hop artists and, also the diversities there. But I love the message that you guys are putting out there. I think we need more of that. It's not much out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I look at my, niece and nephews, they're so busy trying to learn the next dance and, getting, it's just like, so this is good. This is a good positive thing. So I'm kind of scared. I'm skeptical when it comes to mainstream because they kind of take out the realism, the things that you really want to talk about. I'm not saying that Netflix wouldn't do that or wouldn't allow you guys to have that creative freedom, but like you said, animation is pretty tough. So I wish you guys all the best on that, though.
Thank you.
Definitely. What's at this point? We're just coming out of the pandemic, and well, I mean, it's still kind of here, but it feels like we're kind of out of it. Everything seems like somewhat normal. What kind of perspective and outlook do you have now coming out of that situation?
I don't think much has changed for me. During the pandemic, I was still doing the things that I would normally do. I live in Los Angeles, so I would still go to the beach. I was still going outside, riding my bike.
Love it.
I was still working out, just doing it differently. Creatively, I was still doing the same things that I've always done. Work-wise, financially, it was a little rough, and grateful right before the pandemic. I worked on like 3 episodes of Penny Dreadful. I was dancing on that, and The Prom, I was dancing on that. And I haven't really danced in a long time. So I had like 2 different projects that were out. So financially, thank God, I was getting some residuals or, you know, pay from that to help. And then right after that, but during the pandemic, yes, work-wise, financially was pretty rough, but we were still trying to work on all of these other projects in the meantime. So when the pandemic was over, bam, let's get going.
Right.
And then as soon as it was done, or kind of done, I just did 3 episodes of All Rise.
It was love that show.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, it's great. The actors are awesome on it. It started out as like an easy co-star audition, and then they're like, "Oh, we love Dawn," and then they put me in like 3 or 4 other episodes.
Nice.
And there's small parts in each episode, but I play the bailiff Vargas, and then there's other little things that I did also, like right after, like a horror film and stuff. But we'll talk about it.
Nice.
But some of the stuff that I did before the pandemic came out during, so I had something to sort of celebrate or share.
That's awesome.
But the work during it was slow, but creative in other ways. I don't know. So I mean, it's here. You know, happiness is here. Your freedom is here. So I never let someone dictate or control.
I love that.
How I live my life, you know. But I think all of us at some point had some down moments, of course. You know, like depressing moments. I think everybody's sort of still coming out of that or figuring out how to deal with it. So
do you feel like there's a change, a shift? I don't know how you feel about it, but like just the industry wise, like it feels a little different now that we're out of it.
No, people are still like, wear your mask, get COVID tested. Like I'm like, are we still, we're outside?
Yeah.
You know, how many boosters? Like, are we still, like, people are still uptight. And maybe it's the production companies that they don't want to get sued. Who wants to get vaccinated? Who doesn't want to get vaccinated? It's still uptight that way. And I think a lot of really good actors lost work because they didn't want to get vaccinated. We don't have to get into this whole discussion either.
Right.
The politics of it. But I think people are still a little uptight at times. You know, that feeling of it. You cough and everybody's like, I'm like, God, I have allergies. You know, I mean, I'm like, chill out, you know, just keep your immune system healthy. Go get some fresh air.
That's it.
Go get some germs so your body can fight it off. I don't like breathe, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know. I just feel for me, I had to like, there were things that I was like, I guess I was kind of quote unquote running away from in a way and not confronting. And I had to confront it because it was just me, and I never been alone. I'm such a person, I like to be in something all the time. So, and I didn't realize that. And I could, when I didn't go anywhere, I was like, oh man, I should get therapy, which I did. It was a positive thing, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, always. There's always a silver lining to something, you know.
Definitely.
It forced you maybe to confront some things that maybe you wouldn't have. Maybe you needed that downtime. Maybe you needed that alone time. I'm home all the time anyway. And I went and saw my family in Phoenix for a while. It's not too far. I had my dog here. I had close friends around. It's like, okay, well, these are certain friends I'm going to be around all the time. So I was okay with it. I'm glad it's over. It's like, all right, Hakuna Matata. What can I do? It's gone. It's done.
I hope
it's not another one.
God, I know, right? I know.
Toilet paper.
I feel you. Yes.
God. What?
Oh my gosh. Have you ever done stand-up? Have you ever done stand-up ever?
I always wanted to. I don't like to write.
What?
I'm like, somebody write it for me unless I just improv it back and forth. But I like improv. I used to do improv a lot, like at the Groundlings. I studied there for a little bit, but the actual writing of it, it's very strategic. You know, it's hard. It's hard to write.
Yeah. you never dabbled in writing ever.
Yeah, with 22 years.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
took me
yeah.
like a year and a half. And I had 90 different versions. It took me a year and a half to write a short film. And I was like, oh, this is not coming naturally. I felt like I was forcing it. I was like, I don't have to be the master of everything. I can, I don't have to be I tried it. It's not for me.
It's not.
Maybe will someday.
I think you could totally do stand-up. I think you're hilarious. I think you're just naturally funny. Like, just it's natural. Do you like doing comedy? Like, what's your favorite genre to act in?
Both. I actually really love doing comedy. I do. It's just the writing part of it. Can somebody else write it? Can you just press record and then I'll just memorize it like a monologue? Writing of it, but we're having a conversation back and forth. So I was like ping pong. I have somebody to play back and forth. But yeah, I would. I always wanted to do stand up. I would. I'm not, scared to get up and.
I think you would.
Nowadays, gosh, you can't talk about nobody.
I know.
That's out the window. It's scary.
It is scary. It's a scary time. I think, and also I blame social media. Honestly, I blame just yeah, we're in a different time, but it's like, I guess it's also, I don't know if you believe in cancel culture, or do you think that is a such thing as cancel culture?
I can't even keep up with all these titles of stuff. And it's not that I'm insensitive. I will fight for everybody, sign all these protests and petitions and parades. I'll do it all, but I can't keep track of all the he, she, we. And I'm not being ignorant, but I'm just like, I can't. The LGBT. I support everybody. I just can't keep track of the alphabet.
I feel you.
Just want to remember, can we just love each other? Like, what's your name? What do you want to be? Okay, let me remember that.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't even know. Like, comedians can't even. Everybody's so sensitive.
It is. It's really
I didn't grow up in a sensitive place. My teachers, my life was like Whiplash. Remember that movie Whiplash?
Mm-hmm.
The drummer. That was my life. Like, you even think about like talking back to your teacher, like, get out, like you're out of the school. It was so strict. I had those old school teachers, and now everybody is so sensitive. Oh my God, did you say this? And I'm like, oh girl, child.
Yeah.
And self-righteous and entitled. Everywhere I work, there's little 20-year-olds that they don't want to work. I'm like, okay, at my age, and I'm not saying my age, at my age, why am I working so much harder? Like, come on, they're lazy. Yeah. Everything is about likes. It's scary. It's scary.
It is a scary time. It's a scary time. And that's what kind of makes me. I had a conversation with he's a filmmaker dude, and we were kind of talking. We're writing this we finished writing the first episode. I wrote the first episode, but it was called Community Standards, and it's kind of talking about what is the standards of, like, there's Facebook standards. You can't say too much or you'll get blocked, or your tweet will get taken down if you're too left or too right. It's like, well, you really don't have the freedom to say anything, or even to honestly create anything. I mean, you can look at Nate Parker with his film that he Birth of a Nation, which, it went out and it did really well, and then all of a sudden they stopped it, and then all these allegations comes out of nowhere, and it's like, but it's real. It's a true story. I mean, it's nothing that we're making up. But if America is the land of the free, aren't we supposed to be able to talk about these serious issues? Because isn't that how you get to a middle place?
Yeah, I agree. I tend to just stay out of it. I barely watch the news. I get on Instagram and post something, then I'm gone, unless it's like a positive quote to pass on. But you get caught up in that and you forget to live life. It's like a fake reality. Don't even get me started on the whole. Yeah.
I feel you.
Find your peace. Find your peace here. Nobody can take that away. That's for sure.
That's it. Find your peace. That's it. But I think we're in an industry that is very, I always say that we're, as much as I love what we do, I love being able to create. It is an industry that never was really meant for us, quote unquote, right? But now the doors are open, and got all these new opportunities. but there's still this like kind of pushback that we get. I guess it's just having that, like you said, finding your peace and just being able to say, well, this is what it is. I'm still going to create what I can create and what I can control.
I mean, my perspective, Hollywood is full of all these producers that are just about money. They're not creative people. You know, what's the hot thing out now? Who's the hot person, actor out now? Or let's make this person famous for no reason. You know, so yes, have control of your own destiny as much as you can. The pandemic taught us that we don't really have any control over anything. I'm like, oh, I'm going to Miami tomorrow. Bam. No, you're not. There's a pandemic. You don't really have control, but 2 steps forward, you know, if you believe in God, you take 2 steps forward, God will, you know, come towards you. I know that phrase up. I don't even know where that's from, but something like that.
I feel you though.
But it may be a low budget, it may be an indie film, but you have control of the creative stories that you want to tell. These big stories they're mind, in my opinion, mind control. And the people it's the people with the money that control it. It's not, and they barely have any creativity. They're the money people. Are just, it's a business.
It's a business.
You know? Also, keep creating, keep doing what you're doing. It's not, to me, it's never about fame. And if you wake up and you feel successful, or you go to bed and you're like, I had an awesome day, I inspired somebody and made somebody smile, and you're doing your job. That's your purpose.
That's it. That's it. I like that. I like that perspective. I like to ask every guest this question. Loyalty or respect, which one would you choose and why?
What do you
the word, just like, would you rather have loyalty, or would you rather have someone respect you?
Well, I gotta choose. Why can't I have both?
Both?
I'm loyal, and I feel like I'm respectful. So I want to be around people that do the same.
I like that.
And if somebody is not loyal, peace out. Okay, lesson learned, but I'm still going to be who I am. I'm still going to be the loyal person. And if someone comes around and disrespects me, peace out. I don't want to be around someone that's disrespectful. I'm respectful. It's not going to change who I am.
Right.
I had to change that, you know, coming from where I came from. You disrespected me, I'm like, pop, you know, well, not really. But once you break down, then you analyze yourself and you break down those walls. On the inside, I was a tough girl. On the inside, but I'm a teddy bear. Aww. I'm so sensitive. So I want to continue to spread love and be a better example.
Love that.
Than the people that are being disrespectful. You disrespect me, that's it. We're not working together. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I want both. I can have both.
I like it. You're the first person that has said both. I love it.
People a choice, they feel like they have to choose. So I don't have to choose. I want both.
Yes.
And I'll do both. There you go.
I like it. That's a great answer. That was good. I was not expecting that.
What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say something like loyalty. I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
I almost said that first. Almost. Capricorn that I am.
See, you know.
But respect. But because I was like, well, wait a minute. Because somebody can be loyal.
And not
respect you.
That's true. That's true.
Or somebody, but think about it. And then if somebody respects you, but then they're not loyal, just even in terms of relationships or friendships.
Right.
I'm trying to think of some friends that were loyal, but so you know, then you start thinking, I was like, man, they both got both.
Got the chop. What are you working on? Anything right now that you would like to share? I mean, besides this amazing show, Kids Crew, anything else that we can kind of watch out for you that you're coming out with?
Sure. Well, right before the pandemic, White People Money is now on streaming platforms. I believe it's Stars. And his name is Mark Harris, writer, director, producer. He's out of Chicago. So I worked on that. That's a comedy. I was proud of my comedic chops in that one.
All right.
So it's streaming. Watch that. So then I went to Belize a few months ago, same writer, director, Mark Harris. And we did a film, we shot a feature film called Let Us Make Eve, which is horror thriller, more on the thriller side.
Nice.
4 powerful, strong female lead actresses.
Love it.
I can't talk too much about it, but it'll be out and shot in Belize. Oh my God. Beautiful.
I was going to say you and looking great in Belize. I saw you on Facebook. I was like, yes.
Well, we had a great time. So that hopefully should be out soon.
Awesome.
And then all of a sudden I was in some horror movies.
Nice.
And I never thought I would do horror movies.
Really?
So, right, not really my genre, but somehow I'm in some horror movies. Before the pandemic, SOS, Vernon Wells is in it. That's still in post-production. And then right after the pandemic, maybe like in the beginning of this year, Natty Knox, I can't remember who else is in it. I just had a small part, like a day player. Nice. But I played mom, and that should be coming out soon. Kush Chronicles, Para-Annoying. It's like there's a web series. So there was like some horror, and then Devada, the sci-fi that I did before the pandemic. That's almost done. They're just finishing up this, what is it? The special effects, because they're so expensive. And then the pandemic just stopped everybody at times, like, just getting money to finish projects. I did it's out now, No Other Way. It's a podcast. I think it's on iTunes, Apple. It's on a whole bunch of different platforms, but It's called No Other Way. Played a detective.
Awesome.
Surprise. Yeah, the next 2 episodes are coming back out in January. Just a bunch of random.
I love it. You're booked and busy. I love it.
Yes and no. Like, yes, some stuff was before the pandemic.
Yes.
Some is right after the pandemic. So everybody, production has their own way of, you can film something 5 years ago and then it's coming out tomorrow from 5 years ago, so
right.
Everybody has their timing and getting their films finished. So,
I love it. What, at this point in your career, because you've done a lot of different roles, you've done many things. At this point, do you feel like when you get something that's sent to you, like what makes you say, yes, I want to do it? Are there particular things that you're looking for, like that jumps out?
No, I'm not really looking for anything. Like if my agent says, I just want to work, you know what I mean? If something comes along and there's like nudity and it's an indie film, I'm like, no. But I'm open to the challenge. It's a doctor, it's a lawyer, a news reporter. I just want to work. You know what I mean? As an actor. I'm not looking for anything. My agent submits me on stuff. What I would like to do, I would like to have more TV credits. It's still a little slow. It was a little slow this July, August, September for me a little bit, but I'm open to what comes my way.
I love it. I love that you're open. I think that's how we create and things come to us, because we're so open. We're just like life, it just happens to you and for you. Exactly.
Pretty much. And I'm not so about my career right now. I have my mom here, my dog, I'm living life. If I want to go to the beach, I go to the beach. And if I want to take a day off, if I want to focus on this, if I need to rest, I recharge and rest. I'm not chasing it after like I was when I was younger. That's for sure.
I love that you're in that space now. That's a really good space to be.
Yeah, I'm not obsessed. Let it flow to me. Exactly.
Love that. Oh, I love that. What advice would you give to someone that wants to get into the industry, or just, I don't know, start? What would you say to that?
You better love what you do. I say this all the time. You better love what you do. It's not easy. It's not. You most likely have to have a side job, which is probably a waitress, a bartender, or a personal trainer, or whatever else you do. There's a lot of competition out there. Not saying there's a lot of great competition, but there's just especially now that everything is online since the pandemic, everything is, your auditioning is self-tape. So now there's more submissions. So now you're competing against more people. And then you can't take it personal if you don't get something. Maybe you're not the right height, or they went with a Black girl instead of a blonde girl, or, you know, they met with a man instead of a woman. Like, you better really love what you do. You have to, because it'll come through. Don't do it for the fame or for money. I always say, you want to be rich, go be a doctor or a lawyer. You know, if you want to be famous, go be on a reality show or get a sex tape, I guess. OnlyFans or Fans Only, whatever it's called. I don't know. Whatever that damn site is called. But if you really have a passion for the arts, usually you know that from growing up.
Right.
You know, like when you're a kid, you have that in you. You know, you've been painting since you were a kid. You were playing drums or in gymnastics. For somebody to come out at like 35, 40 and be like, I want to be an actor, or just stay educating yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you don't just become an actor after like 3 acting classes. This is like, people have dedicated their life, you know, all day, every day to the arts, and keep yourself versatile. Go on set, learn how to direct, learn how to write, learn how to produce. Be around other actors, go support independent films, go support plays and theater. You know, make this, it's your life. It's not just a hobby, it's your life.
It's your life. Love that.
That's what I say.
That's beautiful.
But I love what you do. It's not easy.
Okay.
There's more downs sometimes than there is ups.
Right. I think people like to, you know, it's so funny. I had this guy was like, oh man, he goes, yeah, you just look, you have like this great, I'm like, dude, that's what you see. You don't see the rejection, the like, didn't get the job. Like there's more of those.
5% of SAG actors that are like working actors, 5%, the rest of the 95% are just struggling to pay their SAG dues or working as extras, or, you know, yeah.
That's true.
That's what you do.
That's the life, guys. If you want to join, come on.
It's not easy. I love what I do, so it's never been a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
But you have that, you are like, you're somebody that I, you know, ever since I'm even first meeting you, just have that, you're gonna find a way regardless. There is no for you. You're gonna do it.
Because I don't know anything else. I've been doing it since literally I was 3 in some way, shape, or form. I don't know anything else. I can't sit in an office. I don't even know how to type. I didn't even learn. I went to a performing arts high school. I barely went to my classes. You know, I didn't have to know how to type. I don't.
I feel you.
No, so I don't know anything else. You better love what you do.
Gotta love it. Love it. Thank you so much for coming on and just talking with me. It's like a breath of fresh. It's so good to see you. I've missed you so much. Like, thank you.
We had a nice little conversation a couple months ago. I thought you were gonna have your hat on, the other hat. I like.
You know, I switched it up because I was like, you know what I mean.
That was your like look.
With the production.
Oh, that's cute. I love it. So cute.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
I try. We're trying to do things around here. We're trying to do things.
I can't even try. I'm like, well, this is it. It's the same look for like my whole life. The bun, the hoops.
You look great. You look fantastic. You look blessed. Highly favored.
I am blessed. Even on the hard days, even when it's hard.
Right?
Gotta force that smile.
That's it. I feel you.
Force that smile, then it changes everything on the inside. You know,
that's real. That's true. Yeah.
Because about an hour ago, I wanted to kill somebody on the road. I was like, you know, and then I talked to you and you're a breath of fresh air. Come with me. Come on. I was like, damn, now I got to smile and act like everything is good.
I feel you.
Everything changed. Now I'm good.
Thank you. No, and thank you for giving that energy back to me because I, you know, yeah, lots going on, but it's going to be all good. It's going to be okay.
We have no other choice.
That's it.
Are you breathing right now? Right. You're alive right now. You got a roof over your head. You got food. You're good. Everything else is here.
That's it. Yeah. It's a mental.
Yeah. Choose your thoughts. And trust me, I got these little negative thoughts come in. Like I go, people saw me on the street, or like, I just had to go and shake it off, that they would probably think I was crazy, like schizophrenic. And I just
Shake it off.
find something else. Oh, beautiful tree. Like that's what I train myself. And I constantly, they're going to come up. The negative thoughts sometimes are going to come up, and you just got to knock it out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Where can people find you on social media real quick?
Dawn Noel, DAWNNOEL. Instagram, it's Dawn Noel Actor. I think it's the same. Dawn Noel on Facebook and Twitter. Dawn Noel, yeah.
You can just Google that. Just Google her. She's popping. Hey. Thank you again. Thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.